This looks like dry dog food.
I really thought it was Captain Crunch.
Oh my God, these guys are living the life.
We're going to space today.
We're going to space?
And you're gonna eat like an astronaut.
What? That sounds so exciting.
No way. Don't they eat like powder?
High-key, I've always been excited. I feel like is something that everyone's talked about.
I've always wanted to go to space, so I guess this is like a good taste of it.
I hear it's like dried out nose, because in space, I don't know, something about space, you have to have food like that. My guess is it's not gonna be really good.
This is exciting. There was one point when I was like 10 that I wanted to be an astronaut. So I feel like since I never did that, I get to live through it like right now.
So here's a picture of how space food is typically packaged.
It reminds me of like MREs, stuff like that, like the military meals.
You'll notice that the one on the top is creamed spinach. It has a tube at the top.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
So that is used for inserting oxygen or water back into the packet for consuming.
That must kind of suck though, because I feel like it affects the taste.
So now obviously we have an atmosphere and gravity, so we can't provide the same experience that astronauts have, but we are going to give you something that's as close to that experience as possible.
Why? We can totally hop into like an anti-gravity chamber right now.
You always get excited to try different foods from like different countries and stuff like that. To be made especially for space, that's pretty cool. I already have so much respect for astronauts, but I'm gonna have 100% more respect if you have to eat really crappy food for a long time.
Here is a freeze-dried version and a hydrated version.
That's cereal?
I could see how the water helps. It obviously it just makes the food expand and it makes it look kind of normal.
This looks like dry dog food. This one looks like real human food.
It looked like stuffing packaging on the left, but it looks like eggs now, I think, on the right. It smells like a nasty omelet.
Oh, that's sausage. This is a sad bowl of breakfast.
Yeah, it tastes like very powdery eggs. It doesn't taste too watery. It's not like too soft to the point where it's like liquid.
It is just kind of weird in your mouth though, because it's already like mushy and kind of like the food that you'd give to a baby bird. Like already chewed up.
Personally, I think it tastes good. It tastes like a little spicy. The texture is nice. It just tastes like something your grandma would cook.
This is a breakfast skillet with eggs and hash browns and a couple of vegetables.
It's kind of crazy how you can like add all these different ingredients and still have it kind of taste the same and relative to what's down here.
Eating the food inside the packets or tubes is really important. Not only do they do this to help preserve the food until it's time to eat, but also to help keep the food contained so it doesn't float around and get into any equipment around the space cabin.
Oh, that's smart.
It also helps prevent potential inhaling of random pieces and choking.
Oh, that's true, because if you tried eating this dry one, it's like eating a super dry piece of toast.
Can I survive on this for a year? I would say yes, because I would be in outer space.
Here's the next one.
Ooh, oh, is this like okay, this totally looks like some sort of like lasagna type thing.
This looks like a pack of ramen before you like put the water in it and boil it. This actually looks pretty good though, not gonna lie.
That's pasta. Ooh, that smells good.
Ew, no. You can begin to taste the water right away. Also, the pasta doesn't have any taste. The meat just gives it has like a really big pop to it.
It just tastes like plain noodles that you boil, put no butter, salt, anything on it, honestly.
So this is lasagna with meat sauce. A lot of precaution is taken to avoid potentially dangerous objects floating in space. For food that requires a utensil, magnets are used to hold the metal down, whereas other items have Velcro attached.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Like, there's so much you have to think about when you're just taking food in space.
Cool, because like I know in like kitchens and stuff, you put the knives on like the magnet on the wall or whatever. I know a lot of people do that.
Blowing my mind. I had no idea that this was gonna be this good or that it'd have this much flavor, you know? I thought that it was gonna be a lot more bland and tasteless.
Here's your next one.
What are these? Powdered with some weird chunks in it versus this very creamy and weird looking white rice pudding thing.
It looks like it has some sugar crystals on top or some kind of caramel flavoring.
It smells like protein powder.
Kind of has like a vanilla kind of sugary smell to it.
Oh, it tastes more like a pudding. It doesn't have as much flavor as I was expecting it to. Like, it smells really good and then you eat it and it's like, it's just consistency.
That's bomb, bro. Yeah, dude, this tastes like normal pudding. It's just creamy, it flows well, and it tastes good.
That tastes like dulce de leche pudding.
This is actually creme brulee.
Oh, really?
Obviously not the same presentation as a normal serving in a restaurant, but still providing the same classic taste from the French recipe.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like if you know what it is and you've tasted it before, I feel like you begin to not care how it looks.
On top of being able to see space, you also get to enjoy space with this food. Like, oh my God, these guys are living the life.
Here is your next one.
Is that cereal? I really thought it was Captain Crunch.
I think this one is beef stew.
I don't know exactly what this is called, but I see this all the time, like in canned versions or like homemade kind of styles of it.
It's not bad, but this is definitely like baby food. It's just a weird like texture in the mouth where it's like watered solid food.
Oh, that's beef. I don't like this. Rehydrated beef is just chewy. It's just like really bouncy.
For some reason, this one, like, you can really distinguish what is what, and it goes well together.
So this one is beef stew.
Stew? Stew is supposed to be like a soupy type thing. This is just like meat and vegetables.
So NASA has definitely improved its methods since the 1960s. They used to only eat food straight out of tubes to absorb protein and other nutrients, but the taste wasn't always satisfying.
All of this stuff. Yeah, that doesn't look like much is going on with all that food, you know? Yeah, I can imagine how tasteless that all be.
Being able to adapt and make food better for them is just gonna make them be able to do their jobs better.
All right, last one.
Ice cream! This is ice cream. I'm kind of worried about how it's gonna taste because I feel like it's gonna be super dry.
As like more saliva goes into it, it starts to just taste more like melted ice cream.
I gotta technically liquefy this in my mouth. It didn't taste right for a second, and then as it like completely dissolved, I started to taste ice cream.
Right before it all dissolved, all the like powder is like stuck together and just, oh, feels so weird.
You know how when you wait for your ice cream to melt and like you just drink it like that out of the cup because it tastes like a milkshake almost? It's kind of like this.
So this is Neapolitan ice cream. They feature this particular ice cream at several space museums. The ice cream is freeze-dried, so you could carry it in your backpack, take it on hikes or even long travels, and it doesn't need to be refrigerated.
That is actually really cool and useful for earthly purposes.
If you really think about it, it's such a cool like concept that you could just carry a block of ice cream theoretically in your backpack all day long.
I thought it was gonna be a lot worse than I actually thought it was, you know? Like for a lot of those dishes, I actually kind of enjoyed them.
They have to do this every day for months or years, depending on where they're going. They can't pull up to a drive-thru at McDonald's in space and be like, yo, give me a rehydrated Big Mac, you know?
Thanks for watching us try space food here on the React channel.
Don't forget to subscribe. We have new shows every week.
To infinity and beyond.
What's up guys, Alyssa here, a producer from the React channel. Thanks so much for watching us try space food today. This was actually a suggestion from one of our viewers. So if you have an idea that you want us to try, go ahead and hit us up in the comments and it might be the next episode, you never know.